Hi, I'm going to go through the document about preparing for your home birth, the supplies, and just getting your space ready for welcoming a baby in your home. You may have this document because I printed it for you at your prenatal visit or in your email to refer to. And I'm sure you can expect that some of the things that you do to prepare for having a baby in your home is to just get your space clean and organized. And this is really something that women kick into the last few weeks in pregnancy. So feel free to spend the time that you need to organize your space. You do not have to be super clean. Just an organized space for a home birth is nice. When we come in, we want to see that you have little areas of things that if we were looking for baby stuff, we would kind of know this is over here. Postpartum stuff is kind of organized here. So some organization helps so that everyone else can help you. You may have this document because I printed it for you at your prenatal visit or in your email to refer to. And I'm sure you can expect bed and floor prep. You'll see the information that I'm going to go through now about how do we prepare a bed for home birth. You may already have a mattress liner on your mattress. If you don't, you do want a nice one for your mattress that you leave on, simply because with postpartum and leaky boobs and baby spit up, you are going to want to be sleeping on a good mattress protector. And then for birth, you will add a second mattress protector. And this can be as simple as just plastic, or you can have a vinyl plastic mattress protector, whatever you want. And then a second layer of sheets. So we do the classic 2-layer bed prep. You can do it before birth or you can do it in early labor. That's a good job for your partner to get the bed ready and put that second layer on. So you could have some plastic and an extra set of sheets in the room in your linen basket that I'm going to encourage you to have. You do not have to buy cheap sheets. You don't have to get expensive ones. If you're going to buy a new set of sheets, get ones that you would use or you use for guests, because the blood does come out. You don't have to worry about that. We're very careful about also washing things quickly and about putting peroxide and OxyClean to help blood come out. So buy what you want and just have that extra layer for your bed. For the actual birth time, you're also going to want to have some things in your home that are for you, for nourishment, for snacks in labor, and also for afterwards. And then you will, whatever you have is what we might snack on also. So you do not have to get a special snack kit for the midwife and the birth assist or something. But, if we're there a long time, we might eat the fruit you have and snacks, or we might have brought something with us. So don't worry about us. Usually after the birth, when it's time to figure out, breakfast or a meal, you might order, or someone might bring something over and we can all eat together afterwards and still enjoy the glowing hours after the birth. So small snacks, there's some examples in here of small snacks like protein bars, granola bars, honey sticks, frozen grapes. For the labor supplies, you'll see that I have listed that you should have a lot of clean towels. Can't have too many clean towels. We use towels for, in labor, if your water's broken, we will be using them to just keep, whatever, if you're dripping on the plastic sheet or something, the towel absorbs that. We use towels for kneeling pads. We use them if you're in and out of the water. Obviously, we'll go through a lot of towels. And so they don't have to be nice towels. They don't have to be, you don't want like rags, because these are going to be used on you. Um, and you'll want to set these up into like a laundry basket corner. And well, not in the corner, but like a laundry basket can have your towels. It can have the plastic. It can have the extra set of sheets. It can have I'm going to go through, we recommend that you have a couple of trash bags. So you can have this all in one laundry basket. It's super easy for us to pull things out of. The other things that you might want for labor supplies, things like a TENS unit, exercise ball, essential oil diffuser. These are all things that you can use in labor. I tend to bring over the heating pad that we need or in your email to refer to. And I'm sure you can expect ball and peanut ball that I can inflate if we need that. And I even have white twinkle lights because I feel like sometimes I need to shift the environment. And so if you don't have those things, I do have them. So it's not like you have to go buy these things, but I encourage you to prepare your space before labor and it to be your space. Having a labor space that you have spent time with in before birth by having peaceful time there, doing birth affirmations, having pictures of your family, scripture, having a speaker, some of the music that you're going to plan to play in labor. If you're going to do any of the hypno tracks, if you're going to do anything specific, if you do it in this space and you've created it ahead of time, it really does help you go back to that peaceful space. And it's just really nice. So, like you could put some pictures on the wall, you can hang the white Christmas lights around it, or have a diffuser, have a salt lamp. So this really makes a big difference. Make the space that is peaceful to you. You don't have to have it. You can just birth your baby. It's not about having twinkle lights and birth art, but it is just something that makes it nice because you're not leaving the space. And if we did go to the hospital for any reason, we can take this stuff and recreate it in that hospital space. You'll want to have one area where you have baby supplies, so it would be easy for us to grab baby blankets. You'll have your diaper and baby wipes there. I bring a thermometer, but that's just something you'll need in your normal baby kit. And you'll want to wash everything with a detergent that does not have dyes or fragrances. I do not recommend Dreft. I recommend that you use one of the brands that you would see on like Environmental Working Group as one of the really clean brands, and get everything washed up for baby because babies are very sensitive to things. Okay. You might also have a little area where you have your breastfeeding supplies, and I recommend that you have a lot of breastfeeding supplies because you can always return them if you don't need them. But if you need something, you don't want to have to run to the store and try to look for that nipple shield or that cooling pad or that thing that someone had told you about, but you didn't want to buy yet, and you want to see if you needed it. You can always just buy it. You can have it. I encourage you to have a breast pump available and just kind of keep all of that stuff together. For cleaning, we're going to be using oxygenating agents like peroxide and OxyClean if there's blood. This helps it to release from the fabric and the carpet. And I also bring some peroxide wipes. That's how I clean my equipment. So, for example, if we do get blood on carpet, it's actually really easy to get out with these things. We're pretty prompt. We're not leaving them to dry. All of the towels and linens, it will come out quite easy. I use one of the trash bags that's on the list. That will be for like soiled linens. That will be the first thing that goes through the washing machine, and we double wash it, use lots of OxyClean. Everything will come out. We also use the trash bags for trash, as we open things up. But we will get that laundry going for you. I even bring a black light with me in case we did have any sort of splatter of blood. Sometimes you get a placenta that kind of drops out. If you were in the tub, you're going back to the bed. And aside from that, things are really kind of contained onto like the Chucks pads, the underpads, the disposable ones, and towels. But sometimes you'll get a little placenta splatter, and the black light helps me see if we've missed anything. And then the last little cluster of things that you want to have put together is a hospital bag. And that's because about 10% of births will be hospital transfers. You'll want to have a bag with warm things in it, the supplies, and just getting your space ready for welcoming a baby in your home. You may have this document because I printed it for you at your prenatal visit or in your email to refer to. And I'm sure you can the birth kit has a link here, but yours may not, you may not be able to click it. You can go to this In His Hands website. It is a family-owned midwifery supply shop, and I've put together a birth kit with things that I recommend. And so you can search for Moonlight Midwifery, or you can just type in this link here. You do not have to purchase anything from them. You can purchase different brands of things. You can use Amazon or local stores. This is a small, family-owned business, so I think it's great to purchase from them. But you can get whatever you want, and we will figure it out. So in this checklist, you see what I'd mentioned about bed and floor. Have some sort of mattress cover, and have a second way to put plastic under the second level of sheets. You can use plastic cloths, like tablecloths. You could get a pack of I would say get 4 to 6 of them. Depending on how far it is to go from bed to bathroom, particularly if you have carpet, you want enough of these tablecloths that you could put from your bed to your bathroom, so that it's covered, and then 2 for the bed if you're using that as the lining under the second sheets. For baby supplies, I do recommend the cleanable bulb suction or the nose Frida. I will have a disposable, like the classic blue bulb syringe is in my birth kit. I do not bulb syringe babies. This would be pretty rare where I would use this. And if it's not a cleanable one, you do not want to be letting mold form in there. Thermometer, I do bring one. You should also have one in your kit. Baby blankets, we will be going through probably 4 in the first hour to dry baby and keep the baby's temperature good. So I'm recommending you have at least 6 baby blankets. These can be those muslin ones. They can be flannel. Whatever they are is fine. And I recommend you put a bottle of hand sanitizer near your baby area. Actually, have that just in the room for us at the birth on your bedside stand. But hand sanitizer, you always want just in general to have at your house for people that might be touching your baby. So the hand sanitizer and the Kleenex by the bed is really nice. And then a little trash can there. That helps just me during my midwife, checking with the Doppler and then wiping the gel away and tossing it into the little trash can is nice, having the Kleenex there. So again, the towels and the washcloths and the plastic and the sheets, you can have a linen, take a laundry basket and put all this stuff in that laundry basket or some other sort of basket that is just right there in the room for us to easily grab things. On your nightstand or something, you could have a little speaker. You can have a hand mirror available if you're wanting to be able to see the baby come out yourself or when you're pushing. Having a big, like the ones you use, like if you were doing your hair and wanted to look at the back of your hair, that works really well. Fans are actually really important because you can get really hot, but we don't want to drop the room temperature cold because we don't want a cold environment for when baby comes out. But during transition, you are getting hot and you want a fan on. Document about preparing for your home birth, the supplies, and just getting your space ready for welcoming a baby in your home. You may have this document because I printed it for you at your prenatal visit or in your email to refer to. And I'm sure you can you could buy puppy pads, but you want a larger one and you want quite a few. Actually, the last birth I was at, she bought a pack of 30 underpads from CVS. And they were perfect. They were like the peach color ones that are pretty absorbent. And it's better to have more just in case you happen to be leaking a lot or, so we just can change them out as we need to. Straws are important for trying to drink in labor. I do carry one or two in my bag with me, but if you have them, that's something, having it with in the kitchen with, where we're going to be getting your drinks, or if you're using like one of the big Yeti bottles and you have a straw we can put in it, that's great. Magnesium, calcium supplement. That's one of my general just recommendations for supplements, and it can help with early labor when we want you to relax and go to bed. The magnesium can really help you for that. And Benadryl, same idea. A small glass of wine, same idea. Sometimes women need to get a little bit of sleep instead of staying up during all of early labor. And so just having some of these things on hand can be good. Snack basket, we kind of talked about. Hydration drinks. You definitely do want to have a plan for your hydration drinks. So that's going to be things like Gatorade, coconut water, trace minerals. I do keep some trace mineral drops in my bags in case I feel like you really need to get some more electrolytes in you. Honey sticks are great. That's something I keep a few in my bag too. If you want to get any of the sports drinks or sports chews, the one that is on the in his hands thing, I think it's called Recharge, is nice because it's dye free. So it's basically like a Gatorade, but it's dye free. So that's kind of hard to find. So if you're placing an order through in his hands, I recommend that. You'll see a lot more things on the in his hands. A lot of just, if you want to get this herb, you can. You don't have to have it, but if you wanted to get this, or just things that are like the Walletta, Calendula baby bath kit, which is a great product. Certainly, it's not like you have to have it, but you'll see that on some of my things that are recommended on my birth kit link. For postpartum, you are going to want to have plenty of mesh panties and pads, or Depends. I feel like the Depends, and you don't have to get that brand. They do have these more feminine ones with little bows and stuff on them. They're fantastic because you don't have to worry about stuff leaking around you. It makes that journey from the bed to the bathroom where you might have a little clot or bleeding when you stand up. It just holds everything inside. If you want to pee in it, you can pee in it. So they are great for the first couple of days, having a big pack of Depends. You may even wear them in labor if you're leaking. So I highly recommend those even over the mesh panties and pads. But mesh panties can be people think those are very comfortable. And so you have kind of two options or ways to go with that. The Perry bottle is to just spray off your bottom, and the Friday is a brand that creates one that you can put upside down. So it works a lot easier, and you can find generic ones of those also on Amazon. After Ease tincture is an herbal tincture that helps with cramping. The ibuprofen or Aleve is also an option of what you could take for cramping. After Ease is the herbal, and you'll find it on In His Hands. We use the Wish Garden one usually. The Sitz herbs are the ones that are in the birth kit are really nice. There's a lot of them in your home. You may have this document because I printed it for you at your prenatal visit or in your email to refer to. And I'm sure you can and put it on the pads that you freeze so that you have an herbal blend on there. You can add Epsom salts to it. You can add Epsom salts to the little sitz bath that you do in your tub. So those are really nice things to have for postpartum. You can create padsicles with aloe, witch hazel, put some lavender essential oil. There's a ton of recipes online to create padsicles. You don't have to have them. I think, if you want something cold for the first few hours, that's fine. But then switching over to warm is going to help anything heal better. If you wanted to have some raw honey to put on any perineal abrasions, that may also help them heal better. That's something I bring, and I can apply initially too. And I highly recommend arnica for the soreness that you get, the bruising, the swelling from perineal, just stretching and burning. It can make a major difference, and it's really important to have in just your home med kit anyway. So the Arnica 30C is a homeopathic pellets. You can get it pretty much anywhere. And so I recommend that you have that, and I will definitely recommend you take that after birth. I have some in my bag too. So the cleaning section, we mentioned OxyClean powder and peroxide. The OxyClean is the tub. It's usually blue with like a yellow top. And you might even want to get like the Costco size because it's going to help with just, babies and postpartum and breasts leaking. Like there's just stuff that, could use a little Oxy Boost to clean it. You'll have lots of laundry to do coming up. The large garbage bags I mentioned were for linens and for garbage. And if you have any cleaning wipes or whatever, we'll be asking what you do to clean your surfaces, such as wiping up the bathroom afterwards. If we are in there and we make any sort of mess, if you have any cleaning wipes, you can put those into where, the bathroom or into the laundry room with cleaning supplies. The inflatable birth pool is optional. You'll find this stuff under the birth pool kit and the In His Hands website. If you are going to inflate a birth pool, you are going to need multiple things with this. And so we're going to need to discuss this and make sure you have everything if you're planning to do this. If you're just using your regular tub, you just need to get it clean and scrub it. If you have jets, that's a whole different issue about cleaning, so we'll want to talk about that. And then some ideas just for the hospital preparation bag. So as you can see, it's a lot of stuff that you would already have at home. The only other things that I'm thinking that we're going to ask, so we'll be looking at, we'll want to know where the bowls are. Like if I want to make cold washcloths for your forehead or warm compresses for the perineum. I'm going to ask, do you have a crock pot or do you have just bowls we can use? Things like that. But most of it's just stuff in your house. Get some linens, get some wonderful postpartum stuff, and we will make do with what you have, and we will have a beautiful home birth.